Hello and welcome to Falcon TV. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. I'm Jada Mallory along with the rest of the FTV crew. With people celebrating Mother's Day this Sunday and those women who are known to us for their nurturing, kindness, protection, and love.
Welcome to our Mother's Day show.
We thought we would look at stories that deal with giving, generosity, angels, and of course, mom. In our first story, we look at an anonymous donor has helped an Asheville, North Carolina nonprofit feed thousands of people a week during these challenging times. Food Connection collects surplus fresh meals and foods from restaurants, caterers, and institutions and delivers them to community partners who feed those in need in order to reduce food waste and ease the pain of immediate hunger. In March, they partnered with the YMCA and local restaurant culture to meet the growing need for free meals with the help of food distribution company U.S. Foods, which donated raw goods. The team initially moved about 900 meals over a 3-day period. Since then, an anonymous donor has stepped forward with a $200,000 check for Food Connection to cover food and distribution costs. That means the team can now feed 5,000 people a week. Flor Pitt, co-founder of Food Connection, says her team is working around the clock to get as much food as possible to those in need. We see the faces each day and the beautiful impact that our generosity is making within Western Carolina. We are forever grateful to you, she said in a message to the anonymous donor. Next, we look at another anonymous donor who helped out those who work to protect others. With that story, we go to Sarah Gettings.
An anonymous donor has gifted $1 million to the Dignity Health Dominican Hospital in Santa Cruz, California. The donor requested that the funds go entirely to the staff, from floor cleaners to nurses. Thank you for standing up and staying up to care for our community, the note said. This human kindness is what makes you heroic. The hospital is using the donation to give bonus checks to nurses, cleaning staff, lab technicians, medical records staff, post-room workers, and security guards who have worked at the hospital for at least 1 year. Full-time staff will receive $800 and part-timers will receive $600. There are so many people who keep the hospital running. Nurses and doctors are getting the praise, but we couldn't do it without the staff who clean the floors, deliver supplies, fix machines, everything, the Dignity Health Dominican Hospital president said, and added, "It's a team and I'm glad the whole team is getting a thank you."
Often, those motherly figures who help to raise their babies or those they protect can sometimes be called angels. In this story, Jess Crichton shows us some real-world angels.
A marine biologist in Rustic captured amazing photos of a sea angel. Alexander Simonov is the head of driver's team at Moscow State University's White Sea Biological Station. His personal goal is to study underwater life to boost people's interest in marine biology. One of his favorites are sea angels. Sea angels are beautiful and mysterious creatures, says Simonov. These cold-water pteropod mollusks are among the most studied objects in neurobiology, but at the same time, little is known about their life cycle. At some point, they suddenly appear under an ice cap covering the sea, and in a few weeks there are so many that 1 cubic meter of water column, there can be up to 500 sea angels. With their size of 3 to 5 centimeters, it is quite a spectacular sight. But once the water gets too warm, they disappear. So far, no one has figured out how to track the life of a teeny angel in Arctic seas all year round to find out where they are going. Mothers are angels, and no matter what, they do what they can to look out for their offspring. In Istanbul, a stray cat brought her baby to a hospital for assistance. In Turkey, stray cats and dogs are treated like everyone's pet. You can see food and water for these furry friends on every corner. The mother cat and the kitten are being treated by hospital staff. The hospital workers provide milk and food before taking them to a vet for proper inspection.
Mothers will often go that extra mile for their kids. Here is one mother that went several miles. Sarah Gettings has more.
In one local town, they were having a car cruise, which was mentioned on Facebook, and lining up at the local school to just drive around and have some fun during these isolated times. And it mentioned that everyone was welcome. Well, for one mother, being cooped up with her 5 kids, all under the age of 10 these past weeks, she thought it would be fun and went ahead and hit the interested button. She piled the kids in the car and headed over to the elementary school where the event post said to line up. She could see a bunch of cars parked in the U-shaped parking lot where she pulled in and had cars now in front of and behind her. Basically, she was committed to the situation. It wasn't until then, of course, that she noticed every other car there was either a hot rod, muscle car, vintage, or really super fancy car. In other words, this mom made herself a part of a street rod parade, driving her minivan, or as she thought to call it at the moment, swagger wagon. Since her kids were super excited and adorably ignorant that one of these cars didn't belong, and not having the heart to tell them they weren't going to be in a parade after all, she held her head high as she and the kids spent the next hour driving through their small town, smiling, waving, and laughing at faces that smiled, waved, and laughed right back. And to top it off, the kids had dressed up in their Halloween costumes too. A parade to remember.
That mother went the distance and the extra miles for her kids, as mothers tend to do. So to all mothers and those who look out for younger ones, we want to wish you all a happy Mother's Day. So from me and everyone here at Falcon TV, stay safe and live well.